Welcome to Maneuver. I'm Faith, and today we're going to try to discover the secrets of power of the new set of Star Wars Unlimited. This is the sixth set and the final set before we experience our first rotation for Star Wars Unlimited. So it's an interesting time for the game. We got this new set that comes out, and it's about the Senate, about officials, and so we've got a box here to preview what is coming to this set. So we got our 3 packs here, and let's see what we get inside. We've got this beautiful Cassian showcase art that is coming up in the new set. And look at that, as we get our mat, we also now have the leader, Cassian Andor. And I am going to go a little bit faster through packs, so if you are unfamiliar with each of the cards, I would recommend looking them on SWODB or the FFG website, where you can get more of a introduction on what is in each set. A card like this one, though, people may know it was in set 1, so we get reprints in Secrets of Power. But we all know what everyone's interested in is the rare, and our first one is our legendary here. So we got our legendaries here. You know, we're going to get a little bit of glare. I am definitely trying. This is a card that's similar to an older one we got, similar to Battlefield Marine, but we start off with a legendary. I want to briefly mention this is a card that is going to be errated a little bit. There's a certain rule reason why, but you can expect that that card will play how you probably think it should play rather than how it reads. So we got Jabba the Hutt, one of the cards on the pack. Lost Jedi here. So let's look at what we've got here in Secrets of Power, Star Wars Unlimited 6 set, and Mandalorian with what is argued by some to be maybe the most impactful card in this set. You probably will see quite a bit of this in your tournaments if you go. The reason is plot lets you play one of the main keywords. It is one of the main keywords in this set. Plot is if this unit was in your resource row, when you deploy your leader, you can basically play that unit from your resource row again in the same timing window as you deploying your leader. And what Cinta does, probably the chance that this card sees play any meaningful way is 1 in a million. And for those that maybe played in the first couple sets, this here is one of the spotlight cards. And with the introduction of set 4, you can find these in your packs, which is kind of cool for limited play. But back to Cinta here. One of the benefits that Cinta has is when you deploy your leader, you can plot her out, and then that allows you to attack with a unit, which will most likely usually be your leader. So an interesting way to have some action compression. So we got C-3PO, another different leader. We talked about how plot is one of the keywords. Disclose is another thing that you can do. Disclosing when a card has disclose, it means that when you play the card or use the card or trigger the effect, basically it could be an on attack, you can reveal a number of cards with the certain aspects that are on that card. So if it was like disclose aggression, like this one, disclose aggression, you would reveal one card with an aggression aspect. And then if you did, you'd have a secondary effect, like creating a spy. So this is one of the cards that I'm also seeing people highly consider from this new set. Now there's Cinta. We got a Grand Moff Tarkin. This, unlike in set 1, he was in command, and here he's in cunning. And Crosshair, potential card that we'll see in some aggro decks. So started off so far with our 1 legendary. Boxes come with 24 packs if you maybe are new to Star Wars Unlimited and C-3PO. We want to thank FFG and GameGenic for providing us with the box and with some accessories that will show on our channel a little bit. This is the third uncommon slot, which can be upgraded. In this case, upgrade to a rare or a legendary. Unfortunately, in this case, it's just another hyperspace. And we got a rare here and a foil in the back as always, which can also sometimes be a hyperspace. So let us know in the comments what you're looking forward to in this set, your favorite card, what you would like to be playing with. I know for myself, I'm looking currently in both Qui-Gon Jinn yellow and my Krennic green, which I'm a fan of. Arrest, a card that people have been talking about as well, about potentially wanting to play. Lets you to capture a unit to your base, so that can just get rid of them for a turn pretty well, pretty easy. And maybe one of the most thematic cards of this set, maybe what this whole set is based around, is I Am the Senate. This is an official set, and that is just one of the iconic Star Wars scenes to show officials democracy at work. So plotting behind the scenes rather than direct combat. So an interesting take on what a game like this, which is more combat focused, does. Condemn, another card, and another one of those starter cards, this time as a hyperspace foil, and Anakin Skywalker, who really wants to be with Padme, but really cool to get a hyperspace foil of that version. Especially, I love that addition of adding those spotlight cards, because in limited especially, something that I really love, and I think that Star Wars excels at, is the limited format. So it's cool to have these different things of having these cards in your box there. And another second legendary. This one is the droid one, where you're going to want to have a bunch of if you have a bunch of droids, it becomes cheaper, and so you can also use those droids to play more things. So an interesting card, kind of a big, expensive ship that we're used to. We talked a little bit, sorry about that Rebel Pathfinder, and I just wanted to mention, if I wasn't clear, that because it was in this set, even though it was also in set 1, you are able to play with that card come after rotation. So with set 7 coming into play, cards from set 1, 2, and 3 will no longer be able to be played in Premiere unless this is such a fun art, unless they are also reprinted again in set 7. So just something to know. And we got Chancellor Palpatine, one of those cards with plot, and this time when you do so, you can create some spy tokens with some sentinels. So we're working our way through this box, exploring this set. We'll have to see, it's always interesting with a set like this when you're near the end of rotation, because we will have for one set in this set in Premiere, we will have it with set 1, 2, and 3, and then with set 7 coming out, we will have only set 4, 5, 6, and 7. So it goes from being kind of crowded with 6 sets to, or I guess wide open with 6 sets, to pretty crowded with only 4 sets coming up next. So we'll have to see how that affects certain cards, their values, their playability. What might not be good with all these other cards may end up being very good with only 4 cards. So that's part of the game of TCGs, is as the metas change, that changes certain cards. We got our second here, second version of that card. So I think for me, some of the cards that I'm looking at, there is a Obi-Wan Kenobi that I think is pretty good, pretty fun. 4 cost, lets you reveal the top card of your opponent's deck, and then you can play that card without paying aspect penalties. Shout out to J-Rod here, one of his boys of having some of the clones. And this is the other card that I wanted to talk about, another legendary. It is interesting to see how valuable this card is going to get in construction scenes. It's not zooming in for you. While this unit is defending, the attacker gets -2, -0. If an enemy card ability would deal damage to this unit, prevent 2 of that damage. So this card has some built-in protection, we saw similar kinds of cards, like Lurking Tai Phantom, and that one actually prevents non-combat damage, where Cassian is just kind of preventing some non-combat damage. Any kind of damage is prevented, and ability is prevented, and also when the unit gets attacked, it also -2. So it's pretty hard to interact with. There are ways to defeat it, but another one of those hyperspace leaders, this time Jabba the Hutt. Hyperspace cards, always so beautiful. So we'll have to see again which cards are the ones. We got our first kind of foil alternate rarity with a alternate version with a rare. This is General Grievous, 2 cost 3/3 hidden, which does seem pretty strong, but has a pretty harsh downside, being that if it is attacked, it returns to your hand. So we'll have to see what that does to how much it gets played. Got a double yellow pack here. Another card for set 1 there, Viper Probe Droid. And nice. This is a legendary that I do think will see some play. I mean, it's a 4/1 for 2, which is pretty strong, and it does have an effect to make each player discard a card from their hand. So I'll interest you to see how that interacts with like a Anakin. Maybe not as much in this set. Maybe I could see some more of it in the next set. It was in the Droid promo kit, so if you were at the Galactic Championship or any of the cons, then you will have seen maybe an alternate version of that card. And I will say it is pretty strong, a 4/1, 4/2. We'll have to see how that plays out, but generally pretty strong. Another Condemn here. And just like that, we're down to only, what is this, six packs left. So we're already 2/3 done the box. We're already 3/4 done the box. A Death Trooper card that I love with my credit deck. But 3/4 through the box already. We're working our way through Escape Pod, and we got another legendary here, this time in that foil space, Vigil, a way to prevent damage from your units. So we'll that's in the foil slot, which is always nice to see, picking up some extra rarities. We did get yesterday, I'm recording on Thursday, we did get yesterday the announcement of the PQ dates, and we also got news on which kind of formats they'd be. So we saw some events are going to be limited, some events are going to be premiere, and another card here that we're going to maybe see some play of. One of those hyperspace cards, upgraded. And Restore Freedom, a beautiful matte. So that's a great art there. So we get the dates about limited environments, which is what really Star Wars Limited, in my opinion, shines on. I do love the deck building, but I do love its play in Limited. So I'm excited. I saw Milwaukee for the regional event, and that will be February 20th to 22nd. I am planning on being there for that, the first day of which is Limited. And then after that, there is the constructed event if I scrub out. So other planetaries will be limited, and I think the Arizona sector is also going to be limited. Unfortunately, I will not be at that. If you guys are going to any planetaries that you saw or any other events, please put down below. First time with Slimore. I've been looking at Slimore on a double cunning deck, so I am interested to see how that plays in paper, but from my testing so far and my thought processing, it seemed pretty helpful to me. And there is the card that I was looking for. Here is our Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yes, so that card, super strong, a way to play cards off top of your deck. This box is right now on fire. Let's go. Loving this box. So we are going through, and so we're down to the last couple packs here. Thank you all for tuning in. We got this, and then 2 more. Can we hit a showcase 1 time? DJ, our first leader without heroism or villainy. So that we'll have to see how that kind of affects the deck building of him. So just something that's new, which is always interesting when they're pushing new things. I'm so excited with that. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Such a good card. We got some really good ones. Obi-Wan, we got the Chopper, we got the Cassian. A lot of places to go in this box. Hitting those good legendaries. Slymore in that hyperspace treatment this time. And let's keep going here. We're getting near, and 1 time for the boy. So for those who have followed Elmaneuver for some time now, thank you very much. And J-Rod will appreciate his boy, Captain Rex, a card that we spoiled on this channel. Here in our box, near the end. Last pack, 1 time. Let's see, showcase? Comment quickly, is it going to be a showcase? Thank you for liking, subscribing to Outmaneuver. It was not a showcase. We are going through, I love sometimes the backgrounds on those hyperspace. I just cut the regular versions of the cards though, so not for me. And Implicate. So, thank you all for watching this box opening. I'm going to quickly fan through those rares that we got. We can kind of put aside some of them. So we got Duplicate, Captain Rex, shout out to J-Rod, First Light, on Hawk, Obi-Wan Kenobi. That one I'm excited about. Big ship there, beautiful art, Restore Freedom. One of those hyperspace variants, and one of the legendary foils. Escape Pod, we got Condemn. Chopper, great legendary. Cassian. These legendaries actually were great. That's an uncommon, but something that I was interested in. Legendary there. Rest. So just kind of going through our first one we opened. And so in our box here, we got for legendaries 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 legendaries. 3 of the big ones. 3, we'll have to see how those ones play out. But 3 pretty good legendaries. So really excited about that box. Thank you for opening. And we'll look forward to seeing you next time on Outmaneuver.